Um, all right. So thank you so much for joining us on Purpose, Power, Pleasure podcast with
Taneshia.
and Malia. And we wanted to take a couple minutes to just talk to y'all about who we are and why we're doing this. So the first and foremost thing is we are friends.
Yes.
And we met, we fell in love instantly. We're born
Yeah.
literally on the same day,
Yes.
just, halfway across the world. Tanisha is in Boston. I was born in Hawaii. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am and what I think I'm bringing to the table. And then Tanisha is going to tell you a little bit about who she is and what she's bringing to the table. And we hope you'll listen to our episodes. So
Yes.
my name is Malia, as we said, and I am a business owner. I have a consulting practice. I'm also a lecturer at MIT Sloan. And I come out of an organizing background. I was a bank president here in Boston. And so when we're talking about how women can find their purpose, power, pleasure, that's something that I'm very passionate about doing.
Yes.
And right now, working on a new business. That is happy to be sponsoring this podcast called Sunflower Spa, where we're going to help women find their magic. And so, as a single woman, as a child-free woman, who is out here trying to live her best life, I'm going to be sharing those experiences as we talk about the topics that Tanisha and I, and that probably a lot of you all talk about when you're having a coffee or having a glass of wine with your girlfriend.
Yes. Yes. I love it. Thank you so much, Malia. And it's so great. This podcast is just so needed and necessary for my life. And just, our friendship has evolved so much. And these are conversations that we have like in private, right? Like we decided to, start this podcast with a lot of the powerful conversations that we have, with just between you and I, and really opening it up so that women feel empowered and find their voice in a lot of different situations and topics that we will cover. But my name is Taneshia Camillo Sheffy, and I am founder and director of the Hot House Design Studio, Made Incubator, which is the first fashion incubator of Boston. Also Living Art Boston, which is a creative economy series, really created to foster economic input and creative community here in the city of Boston. I'm also a creative strategist, consultant, and business owner as well, and a mom of three beautiful, beautiful children and a wife of an amazing husband, where we live here in Massachusetts. And, the real reason why this podcast was so important, and it's also co-sponsored by Living Art Boston, is because this is a really, really safe place for women, of all cultures, of any community, to really find their voice and to really hone in on important topics of right now and things that, us women really go through on a day-to-day basis. Some of it isn't pretty. Some of it isn't topics that, you typically would hear about, but we are making that safe space with this podcast. So
That's right.
with being multifaceted in so many ways in my business, with having my creative businesses and fashion house and, a background in entertainment industry and mentoring and education, it was really important to bring my voice to a lot of these different topics and a lot of the lived experiences that I have had
Right.
in my own industry and, personally as well. So I'm
That's
looking
right. We're just
forward
a
to
couple of
everything.
friends
Yes.
talking about how to find our magic, talking about our purpose,
Yes.
power, pleasure. And so most times it's going to be us talking. Sometimes we're going to have interviews.
Yes.
Sometimes we're going to, even do some fun things together and maybe even do some live recordings. So thank you so much for checking us out and check out all of our episodes here.
Yes. Thank you so much.